Gonna figure it out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to figure things out in 10 minutes, like right now, because we're live. So prepare yourself, guys. This is Chris Fagan and Tiffany Castleberry with Rant Over Show. This is the pilot episode, and we are live. I figured out how to trick Tiffany into linking up with me through the interwebs, and now we're way past our bedtime.
So past.
It's happening. This is it. Pilot episode, Rant Over Show. America's finally going to hear the truth from Castleberry and Chris Hagan. And
well, okay, why do you get two names and I only get one? This is how we're starting off?
Well, yeah, this is how, I mean, it works for Madonna. It works
I'm not
for
Madonna.
Cher.
I'm not Cher.
You know what? And this is true. America, let me introduce you to Tiffany Castleberry. I met Tiffany years ago. We were co-workers overseas when she was, keeping me safe, saving lives, and making sure that no one would beat me up. She was like the bodyguard friend. Like, have you ever seen that movie Bodyguard? That's exactly what it was like, except it wasn't.
I was Kevin Costner and you were Whitney Houston.
She is the Kevin Costner to my Whitney Houston.
Oh.
And I will always. All right. Let's see. We're trailing off.
See, that's that thing we were talking about earlier. That's how you get yourself in trouble.
That's how rumors get started. See, that's the problem with it. So that leads us into the point of this pilot episode. Now, this isn't an official episode of Rant Over Show.
Nah, this is just a teaser.
Exactly. So this is what you can already kind of tell what we're like right now. Right? We're crazy.
So the conversation earlier was, the frustration of why, as a single female, I'm only allowed to be friends with guys that are single, apparently. Because when they get girlfriends, all of a sudden we're not friends. I don't get phone calls. I don't get text messages. And if I text or call, then I don't get responses.
Right. And you call it a double-edged sword, right? Because you explained, and it's something I never thought about. You said something like, if the guy immediately does follow their spouse's instructions of just complete cutoff, that sends the signal that there was probably something to be
that there was an inappropriate relationship or more than a friendship at any point.
And that was fascinating because I never thought of it like that until you put that in the air. So the question is this: what do you do if you have a friend that you've been friends with for years, and maybe years before you met your spouse, but your spouse feels threatened? Do you cut them off completely? Because that could send a signal that maybe they were onto something. Maybe they had a reason to be threatened. What do we do? Can we talk about this? Is it that type of relationship? I guess it would depend on not the person that's making the request, but the person where the request is coming to. If you know because guys, come on.
The person that's in the middle.
Yeah, well, if you know for sure that, there is probably something there, then maybe you should probably, be respectful and say, yeah, you're right. I need to cut it off. But if you're totally caught off guard, if you feel like, no, there's no way, I think of them like a sister or a brother or something, like, I vomit if I would even think about that, then what do you do? Tiffany, what do you do in that situation?
Well, and that's where I'm frustrated because, I've got friends that, I've been friends with. So there's this one person I was friends with since we were legit in like middle school, and nothing ever happened. We were just friends. And he gets in a relationship, a couple of years ago, and all of a sudden we don't talk anymore. I don't get responses to text messages, like nothing. And I'm like, whoa, what happened to my friend? Like, if you're a person that I lean on and you just all of a sudden up in smoke and I have no idea why, that's not cool. That's my frustration.
Exactly. And the funny thing I remember thinking was, it's like, what is the person that's making the request? Or let's call them the jealous party. What are they thinking? Like you guys have been friends for years. According to each other, you've never thought of doing anything. Nothing's ever happened in the past. But I guess she was just waiting, or I'm sorry, I guess you were just waiting for the chance to make your official move when
when that
your
person
friend
came
finally got married. Exactly.
right.
Like,
I
now
was just
that you're
waiting for y'all
married.
two to get together so I could jump on him.
Exactly. Not any of the other
In the,
women
in
he
the
dated.
20 years beforehand, I never thought about it.
Exactly. Not any of the other women he dated. No, that was
Right?
that was nothing.
No, that wasn't good enough. I was waiting for you. You were the one
You were the
that made
one.
me say, "Wait a minute,
Exactly.
I need to have him."
Like out of a sudden, he just out of this notice. Like, wait, Tiffany, your hair's longer. You're a member of the opposite sex. What? When did that happen?
Get over yourself. No, it's just I don't know. It's frustrating to me because I'm one of those people that I don't have a whole lot of friends. I have a small group of friends that I trust, and if you're one of those people and you cut me off because all of a sudden there's something, there's a new person in your life. I mean, hey, I respect the relationship. That's cool, but
I can attest that. Let me.
I mean, respect the friendship.
Exactly. Tiffany's one of the most loyal and most friendliest persons you'll ever meet. I mean, I told her a long time ago, I got your back like a chiropractor, and so I mean, if anyone was to ever disrespect me or my relationship, or from my relationship, if I were to ever disrespect our friendship, Tiffany's probably the first person that would probably break my arm and off, then mail it to my family with a lovely note explaining why. Well, he got out of line, and I had to check him.
He got out of line. I just had to fix it. We're all good now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, but I know I understand exactly what you mean, and from a guy's perspective, I've been in both situations. I've been in a situation where I felt like, whoa, I mean, why are you threatened by her? I mean, it's meaning other people. It was like it's out of nowhere. I mean, we never thought about it that way, and blah blah blah. And then I've been in a situation where I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, you do got to be worried about it.
Well, but I mean, and then there could be a situation that I'm not aware of. Right. Maybe I never looked at that individual that way, and I was like, that's a friend. That's you in the friend zone. You ain't moving from the friend zone. You stuck in the friend zone. And he was like, you're a friend, but I'm wanting more. So just as soon as you open that door,
maybe she picked up on that. Maybe she was picking up on something behind closed doors, or hearing something behind closed doors that you weren't ever hearing in all the years you were just friends. Is that possible?
I mean, hey, you know what? Only God knows, and that individual knows. That's the way I look at it. But it's just frustrating to me because, you put forth, I mean, it's a friendship.
It could have been a friendship that blossomed into more with the new spouse that was in the picture. It could have been bigger, but then now you lost a chance for anything now, right? Because it all just ended.
Yeah. So I mean, it's it's one of those things where you're like, man, I invested all this time and energy in this friendship, and they know some of my secrets, and they know me like that, obviously.
Yeah. Wow. So now let's talk about full refund. When your friend does this to you, what do they owe you now? Hey, you just ruined our friendship over some BS. Let's talk about compensation now. They like we should be able to sue them.
No, the compensation is when they break up and they come back and want to be your friend, and you're like, who are you?
Oh no, yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen.
I better back it up.
let me go back to on my end of it. I think this is sort of related. Okay, all right. Okay, America. This is Chris talking. Just in case if you couldn't tell between our voices, this is Chris. So I had a best friend named Maurice. I won't give away his last name, but I'm okay with giving away his first name because he was a jerk. So if you know me, you know who Maurice was. We were friends from middle school. Up to the day I got married. That would have been 2009. So I'm 36 now. We were friends since middle school, and I knew exactly who I wanted to ask to be, if not the best man, at least be one of the groomsmen, or a part of the wedding.
All right.
And at this time, me and Maurice, from the time we met to the time that we were there at my wedding, he kind of changed towards the end, where he was getting more involved in his religion, which was not a bad thing at all. I was actually really proud of that. The thing that kind of threw me for a loop was that he was so involved in not only his religion, which was a shared religion, we're both Christians, but he was also involved with his new girlfriend his girlfriend at the time, who was equally as, and I'm going to use the word intense about,
Okay.
their religion. And the only reason why I say that is because of what he said to me. Now, keep in mind, my friend was he had problems of his own. He was just getting out of a marriage that was very bad for him. I mean, he tried to make it work, but his ex was just. If you look at the situation, you knew that he was the gentle guy, really just trying to really make it work, and his spouse, his ex, wasn't really having it. And there was a daughter involved too. It just broke his heart, and it broke everybody's heart. And I think that
Right.
was part of the
Of
reason
course.
that changed him to be better. So I guess maybe to not make the same mistakes, his intensity of this new relationship that he was in was kind of understandable. But until this day, when I asked him to be a part of my wedding, and he said, "Sure, that's great, man. That's a blessing, Chris. Thank you. I would love to be a part of it. I have one request, though, Chris," is what he says to me. I said, "Okay, sure, shoot." Instead of me escorting down the aisle one of your wife's, bridesmaids, their friend, can we let my current girlfriend be that person I escort out? Because I don't want to disrespect my woman, woman that I'm with, by escorting another person that I don't know down the aisle. And let me finish. Exactly. I thought about it for a split second and almost said hell no, but I said no. I mean, because A, it's not about you. This is my day, and this is our day. And B, that decision I think is my wife's decision, because I think she picked her family and friends to fill
For
those.
a reason.
I said, yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm not fixing you up on a blind date. I'm just asking you to represent me and, be happy for what I was about to go through. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, Chris, I'm sorry. I can't do it. It's too disrespectful to my what he called her his wife. It's too disrespectful to my wife." And then I just totally snapped. I said, "Maurice, you're still legally married to your ex-wife. Like, what are you talking about? Like, everything."
Oh,
Oh my God.
snap. There it is.
I got so mad. But it was, he drew the line. So that was the thing that ended our friendship. Was his feelings
Walking the
about
girlfriend on the aisle.
his current girl. Exactly. It was that. So I mean, these things can be serious, I guess, to some people. I guess it all depends on how intense they feel about, or threatened they feel. I mean, he knew.
Are they still together?
I heard no, but at the same time, I could not care less.
Who sits there and wants to intrude and create something for themselves on such a big day? It's a wedding. It is well, I mean, no offense to the guys, but I mean, it is the bride's day. So for that man, regardless if he was a friend or not, to think that he had any kind of say about who he was walking down the aisle with without talking to the bride.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right. I wasn't delivering that message. I was not
As a
delivering that.
previous bride, I wouldn't know. I would have flipped a lid. I would have been like, "I'm sorry. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to think about what you just said. Process it again before I just break your neck altogether."
All right. So we're good. We're in agreement, and I did the right thing, I guess. So it ended our friendship. You're right.
I mean, it's sad that it ended y'all's friendship, because that doesn't seem like something that should be, an end all. But I mean, just the audacity of an individual to do that blows my mind.
Well, you know what? Looking back, I guess he thought he had his reasons. I guess he thought he was doing the honorable thing. I can't blame him for that, but at the same time, you're right. I wasn't going to throw a grenade on the bride's day.
Right? But I mean, did you
Because I like living.
even have a conversation with his girlfriend at the time?
I have
and
no
say,
idea.
hey, Chris wants me to do this, and are you okay with it? It sounds like you asked him, and he just automatically went that route without even consulting her, which she could have
It
been
was
fine
it
with the
was
whole thing.
it was out of the blue. I mean, no, I did not have I didn't have I had the conversation with her after the fact, and the answer would have been hell no. So
No. I
uh,
mean, I'm saying like you had that conversation with him,
mhm.
and he immediately came back with, can I walk down the aisle with her instead of actually going to her and having
If I, you know what,
that
you're okay with
conversation.
his girlfriend. Oh,
Because
okay,
she could
so
have been completely fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Like she could have been like, "No, it's a wedding. Like, why
I
would you
think no,
ask
I
if I
think
want to
I
walk
think it
down the
was
aisle with you?"
partially. No, you're right. I think it was partially her idea. I think they might have talked about it because I'm not looking back. I think
Okay.
I brought it up to him. He said he'd be honored, and then I think a day later, or maybe that same day later, that day is when he called me back with that request. And yeah, because I remember it wasn't face to face; it was on the phone. So yeah, it had to have been after I
Okay.
get
Well, they're both crazy.
extended. Yeah,
That's my
exactly.
answer.
So yeah, it was
Because
after
as
the
a
fact. Yeah.
woman, she should have been smart enough to sit there and go, "Oh no, 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 no! I'm not messing with another bride's day." Like she should have the foresight to be like, "Nope, I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me. I would never ask that
Exactly,
question."
and that was part of my argument. I said, what kind of a people are you to insist yourself like that on somebody else's day like that?" I mean, and
Yeah.
she's like, it's about. He tried to throw our religion into it and say it was about respecting, his woman. I said, well, so wait a second. So you want to disrespect my wedding? I was like, what part of wedding do you think is disrespectful to our religion? But and
Come on.
it just got real out of hand to a point where I got so tired of arguing with it, and I remember just hanging up on him, and that's how you
That's,
feel. And then we talked a bit sometime years later and whatnot, but it's never been the same. We never
oh,
really.
of course not.
I mean,
Because it's
there's
an
no
elephant in the
exactly. There's no ill will about it. I mean, I don't even think he even thinks about it anymore. But me, I'm still kind of. I know for a fact that mentally he's still there, so I'm just not going to go there with him anymore.
room.
So
Yeah.
anytime he kind of comes into the picture, it's not really moving forward.
Right. Mm-mm. That's just crazy.
And on your end of it, so did that ever resolve? Did anything ever happen?
I mean, they broke up, they got back together, and they broke up, and we'd talk, and they'd get back together, and I wouldn't hear from him, and then I gave up. It's one of those things where we'll talk if I reach out,
Hmm.
um, which I mean, you know how I feel about that. I'm just not a nah. If it's a one-way street, consider it done, because I don't see the purpose and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right. Agreed. That's why
So,
I make sure to I never get on Tiffany's bad side because I mean I don't like pain. It hurts. And and it's just I mean guys, we need to wake up. We need to stop with the whole testing the water kind of mentality, because then when the ish hits the fan, what do? We try to we
right?
cry, we deny, oh my god, I didn't know what I was thinking, and all of a sudden, yeah, it's pathetic, and we're a lot of us are guilty of it. But a lot of guys and girls out there they're not, they're not like that. So from the
Nobody's
jealous
perfect.
part, yeah. Yeah, so from the jealous party, I would say if you don't know, I mean, if you don't know for sure, unless you have real evidence or real concern or worry about, then what? I guess what's the answer? Communication, I guess, right? That's
Yes,
always the case.
communication's
Just
always the
talk.
key. Always.
Always the key. But after that communication, if nothing has changed, if sometimes
Look, if
I'm
somebody
sure,
fesses up to something, okay, move forward with it. Figure out what
right,
the answer is.
right. But let's say, what if the communication confirms in the jealous party's heart? Oh no, I know for sure something's going on. I guess there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about that.
Right? No, then you just backpedal and hope that you can make it better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just for me on my side of it, there's the I lose a friend because of it, and I mean, in one instance, it was that thing I told you about. It was, for me, hey, this isn't going to happen. We're friends, whatever. But on the other side of it, I didn't realize that there was more. And send a text for a happy birthday text. Since basic training, and I get a text back that says, please do not contact me anymore. I'm married and I can't be with you, and I can't stop thinking about you. I've had to block you on Facebook because I continually look at your pictures. And I just sat there and went, what?
Secrets out.
Huh? And so that, and I was just like, I just lost a friend that I've known for 20 years because of something I didn't even
know what's happening.
Understand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I mean, get what? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. Life is life, you know? And I don't know. I guess in some cases, you know, married people and single people can't be friends. And that's a sad thing because I don't think there should be segregations like that.
Yeah, wow. You're like, it's like a movement you're starting here. I feel like you're going to lead us to the promised land where single people and married. No, that's probably never going to happen.
Your sarcasm is unnecessary, sir. No,
it's on a yeah, you're right. It's on a people to people. It's all case by case. It's just it's all about, you know, you don't know what they're thinking, you don't know what he's thinking, what she's thinking, anybody else.
Yeah.
So in every situation, it could be the same friend, and he could have been with a totally different woman. It would have been no issue at all. But this was different. So I don't know. There's not one answer to this, and I don't have the time to think of anything clever because
your side, my side, the truth.
Exactly. There's your way, and then there's my way, and then there's you coming to understand my way. That's how I see things in every argument. And on that note, I know this is a late pilot, so I just wanted to make sure that we could all just get on this subject, because I felt like this was something that we all need to just rant about really fast. So I know, Tiff, I know you have a big day tomorrow. We have a lot of work to do. I look forward to really getting on the official first episode.
Yes.
Of the Rant Over Show. You guys, we're just giving you a little nugget, a little taste, a little flavor of what the madness that Tiffany and I can come up with. But I'm going to enjoy this, and I think this is going to be an awesome show. And
we kept it tame. We kept it tame tonight.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen anything yet. This is just, we were just testing the microphones. Let me just be honest with you guys.
Yeah, right?
That's all this was.
Test 1 2 3. Can you hear me now?
Exactly. So I'm Chris Fagan, if I haven't said that already before. If you want to catch up with me, guys, if you haven't heard already, you can find me at T3 Medias or at the Chris Fagan on Twitter. You can also find me on Facebook. You can also check me out on YouTube. We have a little channel called Talking Through the Medias. And Tiffany, where can the good people find you?
You know, I am Tiffany Castleberry, and I'm on Facebook, and I am Googleable, if that's a word. I'm the author of From Ashes to Beauty, God's Way, and a motivational speaker. So I'm out and about, all over the place. You know, look me up. Reach out. We're both here, and we plan to be here weekly to entertain everybody that's listening.
Check us out every Thursday. We're going to make sure that we stick with this and not let you down, because I already know we're not going to change the world instantly, but we're about to make a dent 1 week at a time. So till next time, guys.
Rant over.
Rant over.